I'm ChezPride, and I am finally back. And believe it or not, this time the 2-week break was due to tech issues and not personal issues. Basically, if you don't follow my Instagram, where I try to keep you guys informed about what's going on my channel and my personal life, my computer just kind of stopped functioning. Like, I was told it just wasn't acting logical. It was time for me to just back up my files and take it in. So I had to go get it fixed, and it took some time, but now I have it back and I can finally make videos again. And I met a full-on simmer for the first time in real life in the process, which was like a really cool experience. We geeked out over some sort of like 45 minutes. It was amazing. The main thing I really just hated about this situation with my computer, though, is the timing of it. The fact that my computer stopped working like at the end of the first week of Pride Month, when I had all this Pride content planned in my schedule, and then wasn't working when the trailer for the new expansion pack came out. It was just so frustrating. But coming soon enough, I'm going to make a video doing a first reaction to the trailer with you guys, because yes, I still have been waiting to react to it with you guys on camera. I haven't watched it yet. I've been trying to avoid spoilers online, but I'm also going to be catching up in the latest Sims news that I've missed in the last few weeks, because it looks like there was quite a bit. I'm also going to try to catch up on the last bit of my videos I want to do for business and hobbies. It's just a couple. Literally had them planned as my next videos in my schedule when my computer stopped working. So I'm going to get that out of the way before the pack comes out. Before I did any of that, I just really wanted to have a fun first video back where I could just get back into the groove of the game and just relax. And we still have a little bit of time in Pride Month left. Not that long, like not even 2 weeks, but I still wanted to do some things Pride related. Obviously, I can't do everything Pride related I wanted with everything else I want to do as well. There just wouldn't be time. But as you can tell in this video, I'm still trying to do some stuff for Pride Month before the end of June. So in this particular video, I want to make a 7-pet household where the theme is just full-on rainbow. So I've went ahead and made the pet owner so we didn't have to do that on camera, but I will quickly show her off. But the main thing I really wanted to do in this video was focus on the animals. So I want to make a full-on rainbow horse, and then I want to make 6 more pets that are all cats and dogs that each represent a color of the rainbow. So that's a lot of pets, so let's go ahead and sit back, jump in by meeting the owner of all the pets we are about to make. So I'm not about to sit here and lie to you guys and be like, oh, look at this sim I made. Doesn't she look so accurate? No, I very much went on the gallery and downloaded the base for this sim just by looking up the character that this sim is very much supposed to be based off of, and just kind of tweaked her to look what I feel like looks more accurate, but also tweaked her to like gayify her and slightly modernize her without taking away her farm girl charm. But if you had a childhood anything like mine, you automatically knew who this character was supposed to be based off of, and that is Dorothy Gale from The Wizard of Oz. I was obsessed with The Wizard of Oz. It was my favorite movie. My first birthday party that I planned, which I was 4, which is a lot younger than most people will start planning their birthday parties. But it was like a full-on Wizard of Oz thing. I dressed up as Dorothy. My uncles dressed up as like all the lions and tigers and whatnot. Or lions and scarecrows and what. I was about to say lion, tigers, and bear. Oh my. You know. If you know the movie, you know. The reason I decided to make a character based off Dorothy Gale and kind of go with the Wizard of Oz is because when I was sitting here thinking of this idea of making rainbow pets, the first thing I thought of was the horse of every color from the movie when they go to the Emerald City. But I wanted to do it in a different way, not to where it like changes colors and it's like purple one minute, red another minute, orange another minute. I want to make a horse that has every color on it. So it's just going to be a full-on rainbow horse. And when I had that idea, my mind automatically went Dorothy Gale. You know her as Dorothy Gale, Gale. But may I introduce to you Dorothy Gale, Gayle. So basically, I just took Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz and kind of gave her a gay makeover. So it's not extreme, but she has a rainbow flare. And like I said, I tried to slightly modernize her, like to kind of fit into today's time a little bit more without taking her farm girl charm away. And I had to leave this dress. This is the dress that the sim came with, but I feel like this is the most accurate dress to her dress, even though it's not exactly right, but without CC, I think this is most accurate what we have. This is her up close, and as you can see, rainbow vibes. She does not have on like any of this like crazy makeup in the movie, but I did want to rainbowify her a little bit, so I gave her rainbow eyeshadow and kind of gave her like sparkle vibes. I was kind of inspired by the fact that fairies are coming, I'm not gonna lie. But this isn't the hair she came with. I decided to go with this hair, though. Most of the Dorothys on the gallery just have, like, the braided pigtails from, like, way back in the early days of The Sims 4. But if you look at her, and you can tell I was obsessed with her. If you look at pictures of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz before she got her makeover in the Emerald City, she does have braided hair, but it only braids down to like halfway and then it's curly at the bottom. It's not full on braids like most of the people have on the gallery. And I feel like the hairstyle she had on the gallery was more accurate up top because her braids don't go all the way to the top like this. But as far as the actual pigtail goes, with the concept of it being braided and then going to curls, I think this is most accurate, especially since she doesn't have bangs. And the other hairstyle I was looking at that kind of had the same effect had bangs. So I chose this, but I just barely tweaked the face. I just tried to add a little bit more flair. I gave her what I considered the correct shade of lipstick that she wore from the movie. Then, like I said, she already had this dress on, but I just kind of kept it because I think it's most accurate. And then I gave her rainbow and white striped tights. Like I said, I was trying to like very subtly add the rainbow to make her gay, but in an obvious way. So she has rainbow white and striped tights, especially since she already had white socks on. I thought it went well. And then I chose some other red shoes from what the person had put, but pretty much all her outfits have red shoes. And if you know the movie, you know why. But as far as her aspiration goes, she's a friend of the world, she's outgoing, she loves the outdoors, and she's a music lover. She already came with that, but I just changed her name a little bit. But quickly, I will go through her outfits. I also gave her rainbow nails. If you didn't see that, I did give her rainbow nails. So she also has that. But she wears this dress a lot in her outfits because in the movie, she's wearing this dress the whole time. But this is her everyday wear. And then, like I said, her formal wear is pretty much the same, but I changed her hair. And this is kind of the hair she had in the movie after she got her makeover. It's with the texture that this hair is. I thought the texture of this hair and the style that it's being worn in was probably the most accurate to go with the hair I chose for her every day. So she has this hair and a couple outfits. It's not exactly the hair from the movie, but it's pretty close. And then for her athletic wear, this is kind of where I modernized her more than anywhere. So basically the outfit is the right color, the blue and the white. And then I gave her the rainbow stripes. I gave her some red sneakers because, you know, I thought these kind of looked like her slippers. And then to go with the red theme of her shoes, I gave her a red smartwatch. I don't know. I figured she might want to contact her in TM or something. I don't know. Anyways, but then for her sleepwear, I kind of gave her a basic farm girl look just with the rainbow tights. So we have the blue little basic robe from base game that matches the same blue as her dress, and then she has red slippers. Obviously her party wear is literally the same as her formal wear, just with this funky rainbow bracelet because I wanted to add it in there somewhere. I thought it went well with the makeup. Then for her swimwear, this is probably the most least accurate. I mean, the swimsuit is the right colors, but there were no, like, red shoes. There was, like, black with red on them that were, like, swimming slippers. But I thought the orange slippers were the most accurate. They did have, like, creamy white slippers, and I thought about making, like, them gray originally because in the book, the slippers are silver slippers, not red slippers, but the creamy white wasn't as close to the silver as the orange was to the red. So I just kind of went with the orange slippers. And then her hot weather wear is the same as her every day. And her cold weather wear is that same outfit, but I added red gloves and red hats to go with the red slippers. So hopefully you like her. If you do like her, I did upload her on my gallery. I thought she was fun to make. I really had fun with this, but that could be just because my first autistic obsession was the Wizard of Oz. So I feel like for pretty obvious reasons, we should probably start out with the all rainbow horse and then move on to the cats and dogs that are going to each be themed after an individual single color from the rainbow. But because the idea of this horse was based off the horse from the Wizard of Oz, I kind of wanted a reference for it, so I just looked it up on Google because I figured, like, since it's based off that horse, it could have, like, a similar mane and a similar tail. I will have to correct myself. Earlier in the video, I did call it a horse of every color, and the correct term is a horse of a different color. So I'm sorry, my memory deceived me. I said it was my first autistic interest. I did not say that I had good memory. So my memory deceived me. I am sorry if you were yelling at me about that. But it's a horse of a different color, if you want to know what I'm talking about and you haven't seen the movie. Because basically, like, the whole thing is, like, she gets on a little thing to ride through the city. The horse that is pulling it changes color every time you look at it. It's a different color, so it's a horse of a different color. That makes more sense title-wise. But I just wanted to quickly correct myself before you guys got mad at me. Alright, so basically just to speed up the process of making this horse, especially since I knew I kind of wanted to base it off the horse in the movie, look-wise, not color-wise, but look-wise, I went ahead and randomized to a bunch of different horses to just find the most accurate base to the horse in the movie. And what I mean by that is, like, the shape of, like, the mane and the tail and, like, the body structure and the face and the ears being a similar shape. Obviously, there's things we're going to have to tweak. We're going to have to make up kind of our own color scheme. But as far as those concepts of a base of a horse goes, I felt like this one was the most accurate to the one in the movie out of the ones I randomized. So the first thing I want to actually start with when it comes to making this horse is the mane. And let's talk about the mane because I feel like it's pretty accurate, but by first glance, you may not agree. So let me start by talking about the bangs. So the bangs are parted directly down the middle. And this bang is the closest I could get to that. But when you look at the pictures of the horse in the movie, you can see the full forehead. And it looks like the hair goes completely to the side. But that's only because it has blinders on. And as far as I know in The Sims 4, unless I'm just completely stupid, I don't think we have blinders for the horses. We have, like, the rope. I can't think of the words right now. The brittle. We have the brittles, but they don't have blinders on them. Yeah, see, they don't have the blinders on them. So they don't have any of the hairs that completely part to the side and show their forehead like that. They have ones that show their forehead, but that's like a braided back style. So I feel like accuracy, this is more accurate because if the blinders weren't there, the bangs would look more like this. Also kind of the same concept with the ears. I thought as far as these ears went, they were pretty accurate to the ones in the movie, but the ones in the movie have them more off to the side, and I feel like that's also because of the blinders, and you can't put the ears any more to the side. So these, I feel like, are two very accurate aspects, even though they don't look them at first glance. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, And I've pretty much shown you that the shape is right. Let's get to the color of the mane. So obviously the concept of the horse of a different colors, every time you look at the horse, it's a different color. And it's like a solid different color, except for the hoofs are white. Let's actually go ahead and make the hoofs white while I'm thinking about it. I might forget. White. This is as white as I can get. Okay. Basically, the whole concept is the horse will be all yellow, or the horse will be all red, or the horse will be all purple, or the horse will be all blue. But obviously, we're putting a twist on that, and we're going to do a rainbow horse. So I'm thinking we can do like a rainbow base to the body, but I want the mane to be multicolored too. Unfortunately, we don't have a multicolor option, but we do have colorful options. Now, the color wheel is only in the paint mode. So that's going to make this a little bit harder, but we do have some fun colors. Now, all the colors of the horse are always bright in your face, and pretty much all the colors on these manes are not bright in your face. They're kind of like pastel. Look at that blue. It's very pastel, which is cute for a horse, but not quite accurate. So I'm just going to have to deal with what I'm given, but I think I'm going to try to pick out brighter colors versus these pastel colors. Like, this is not going to work. Like, that's not going to work. Now, I will say the horse, when you first look at it in the movie, is white, if I remember correctly. And then it starts changing colors. So I could do like a white mane, but what fun is that? What fun is that? We're going rainbow. Let's go all out. So when you look at the horse on Google, the horse of a different color, most of the pictures I'm seeing are purple. And I mean like base game magenta purple, but this is what we have hair-wise. We also have a pastel, but again, I'm not trying to go for the pastels. So I think we're going to do the base of the mane. Or if we're going in rainbow color, we could make the tail purple and then have like, I don't know, maybe we could do because another color. Okay, so obviously the horse can change to any color, but the colors I'm seeing most are the white, because that was the base, and then purple. But then after that, I'm really seeing a lot of the red and yellow. So I'm wondering if we should make this part yellow and make everything match different. So we can go to the tail and unclick the match mane, and then we could give it the purple. And then possibly, yeah, you can make the bangs a different color too. So I feel like we don't have red. I mean, we have like natural reds, but that's not red. Like the red I'm looking at is like Clifford red. So maybe we can go with like an orange and try to really bring in the rainbow aspect of it. Since that's like the reddest we have main color wise. So it goes orange, yellow, and then it goes all the way down to purple. Then I feel like that's pretty accurate for rainbow. But before we get on to the actual base color of the horse, let's actually just slightly tweak the face, because there are some things I feel like are slightly off. It's not perfectly accurate. Like the nostrils are way smaller on the horse I'm looking at. Yeah, that's more like it. This is pretty accurate. Maybe even a little bit skinnier. It's the eyes that aren't. And the eyes, like, I very much want to make as tiny as possible. And I have a very hard time making tiny eyes on horses, because they just always want to make themselves bigger. And then they don't want to adjust to be smaller. Oh my god. Okay, I think this is as small as I'm going to get. I really wanted it to be more slanted, because if you look at the horse in the pictures, like the eyes are very slanted. For a horse, it's even more slanted than normal. But I will say the eyes are super dark in the pictures. So I think I'm going to make them have brown eyes, because that's like the darkest eyes we have. And I really like the patch here, even though the horse is a solid color. But because like the blinder I was talking about earlier, they have like a brown stripe right here. So I almost want a coat that has just a plain base with this. And I don't know if we have that. I think everything else is pretty accurate. It may be even a little bit more muscular. Yeah, let's make it a little bit more muscular. But as far as coat goes, I don't know if we have just a plain coat that has that star. I could add it in paint mode, We have this for a plain base, but everything else I'm seeing like has either patterns or color at the hooves. See, this is kind of plain. I could get rid of the pattern, but it's not quite right here. I really just want like a stripe right here on the forehead. There is also this, which I wish this part was a little bit higher up. Do we go with this? Do we want to use this? The only problem I'm having with this is the same thing I had with the main, is the colors. Like, the colors are too pastel. There's no reds. I like the concept, but I think we're better off, like, using paint mode to try to get that rainbow effect that I want. So maybe I do go with just the plainest swatch, which is this. And then we can make the base that bright purple that I keep seeing. And the horse is very much one color in the movie. Now, the purple, like I said, is more the magenta purple. But since we're adding rainbow on top of it, I feel like this will do really well for our base. I guess from here, we can only go into paint mode to make this better. So let's go ahead and braise it. Well, there's not like a spot that's accurately in the, well, that's kind of in the spot. We could get a darker spot through right here. It's not perfectly where I want it. Let's see. If I do this, nope, not that. Let's do this. That doesn't help. Okay. So this does have a spot right here. It's just not as big as I want. I'm wondering if I should make it brown though. Or should I go color? I feel like I should go colorful. Let's go with something different. Maybe we'll add a little bit of blue. We have blue right here just to kind of represent the blinder where it has the brown stripe down the middle, even though it's blue and not brown. I don't know. I'm being weird. I could also do a white to represent. Oh, let's do a white to represent the horse's original color when you first see it in the movie. I think that's good. Now we go into paint mode. So I'm thinking, and I'm not very familiar with the stencils, but I'm pretty sure there's like stripes. Yeah, we could do like the zebra stripes, but I almost want it more stripey. Let's see. We also have stamps. I could stamp rainbow stripes on, but I kind of wanted to do the stencil because I don't play with the stencil that much. I guess I was more thinking of the dogs when it came to stripes. This is also a more subtle swirl. I don't know. Do I want to do this or do I want to do the like super obvious zebra stripe? I almost want to do the super obvious zebra stripes. And then while this is on, you can basically like paint filter. So I'm just going to go through and put like each color of the rainbow kind of just in order. So let's make the brush size bigger, I guess. So I guess I kind of just want to go like this. Just go diagonally down starting at the head. So I'm thinking like the ears should definitely, I'll probably come back and make the ears even solid red. But since the horse I'm seeing has a lot of red pictures of it on the internet, I'm thinking a lot of red at the top. And then we can get ourselves a better orange. Let's see. I want a nice orange. There's not a lot of nice oranges on the color wheel, but I'll make this do. So we can paint this part more orange. There we go. I want there to be a little yellow on the neck. Yeah, let's get like a super bright yellow. Let's do like the yellow here. Kind of cross it over to this side a little bit more. There we go. That's ombreing really well. And maybe just the flash effects. But let's see how it looks before I judge it too hard. Okay, next obviously is green. We're going with like bright. So let's do like real bright green. Alright, so we can do like... I almost want to put a little bit more yellow there. Hold on. Can I get the other color back? Hold on. Eyedropper. I want this color. Ooh. Okay. Did we do it right? Okay, I think we did it right. Let's add a little bit more yellow right here. There we go. And then do the green. Alright, so let's do the green. want to do it super bright green. And we can kind of do like this. Yeah, that works. We also have to remember the legs. The legs are a thing that we want to make sure to cover. And then, let's see, I want the purple to be down here. So do we want teal and blue, or are we just going blue? Because with the pets, the 6 pets I'm not doing a teal. I'm doing a blue. So I'm thinking we just do basic rainbow colors and just go from like blue to green. I maybe add a little teal in the middle to make the ombre a little bit more obvious. So if we do like the blue, it's not paint. There we go. I don't know why I wasn't painting for a moment, but we could do it kind of like that. Yeah, we may have to have the teal in there to kind of ombre it a little bit more. Okay, let's get a little bit of like a darker teal and shrink the brush size and kind of just oops, that's even a little too thick, honestly. Hold on. Yeah, I guess that kind of works. We could do it like that. I still want more of the dark blue though. I think I'm feeling the dark blue being on there more than the teal. Let's see. I also need to fix this up right here. I'm just trying to slightly make it neater, just ever so slightly. There's a couple of spots up here in the green. Trying to fix it now. That works. And I think the rest, I mainly want to do purple, but I want to get some of that correct purple color in there. I'm thinking like this. Like this is the most accurate color to the purple of the horse I'm seeing the most in the pictures. So I think we're going to do a good layer of this. And then this purple is almost pink. So I feel like that works. Alright, so, I did not go far enough down on the green on the legs. So let me also get that. There we go. I guess it would make sense for the teal to also slightly be on the legs. Like I feel like that's kind of the key. Like this in the same spots. Like if it was going diagonal like this, like if the rainbow was going diagonal. I really just want a custom brush. So let's go back just to custom brushing and just kind of thicken up the stripes. Like I like the stripes, but I feel like they could be a little thicker. So what I mean is like we can use the green here and kind of it's where it'll copy to both sides. So we can kind of do like this. Or should it copy to both sides? Hold on, did that mess it up? Oh no, I think that helped. Okay. So we can go like this. And then it can go into the teal. It goes up a little bit more. I may be screwing this up. Should I leave it alone? Probably. But I like customizing this kind of shit. Alright. Copy the blue. So I want the blue to be a little bit more prone. There we go. Something like that maybe. Maybe a little bit more of the teal on this side would be good. So we can have it go up to like there. And then bring the green up like there. Nope, not like that. Not like that. I don't like that. But I want like something like that. Something like that. Like that? I don't hate that. And like I said earlier, I did though want to make the whole ear red. I feel like the whole ears should be red. I do wish the red was a little less pink, but that was my fault. I thought it was just the flashing colors, but no, that's actually the accurate. But really, as far as the body color goes, I think it's pretty good for a rainbow horse. And it's very much looks like the one in the movie base-wise. As far as outfits go, it has a black bridle and all that. It doesn't have a saddle or a cloth. It just has the bridle and the reins. But we don't have reins around the body that aren't a saddle. So I'm just going to give him the smallest, most simple black saddle. And I'm going to try not to do the blanket on this outfit. I think the other outfit we go to makes you do the blanket. It also didn't have any accessories in the movies. But do we want to do an accessory on the day? I kind of almost want to do a rose or something. Oh my god, is that bad? Oh, that's not accurate. That's not accurate. That's not accurate. Let's not do that. We could also... Ooh, there's rainbow. There's rainbow leg thingies. We're doing that. We're doing that. Sorry. There's also them the stripes, but I kind of like the swirls. The swirls kind of go with the vibe of the horse, and they're the right colors. All right, so I wish we had like a button like we do for the Sims that we could just transfer the outfit over to, but we don't. So we do have to redo it. So let's go ahead and do that. So we want to do the black brittle, and we want to do this black saddle. Oh, it's not making me do a blanket. Okay, good. I thought it would, but it's only making me do the saddle and the brittle. That's good. All right. So I think with that, that's probably our rainbow horse. And honestly, you guys know my names are so creative, and I am so good at sarcasm, but I'm thinking just naming it different. I'm gonna make it all one word, color, a different color, and then just rainbow horse, because everything is going to be rainbow theme here, so might as well just name it different color rainbow horse, because like I said, I am so creative with names, you guys, so creative. Okay. But since it's Pride Month, maybe we should pick fitting traits to that. So I think people that support Pride are intelligent. I think people that show pride or come out are brave. And maybe we choose defiant because we're defiant against homophobia. And honestly, I'm just going to make this say rainbow horse because I don't know what breed this is. So I'm just going to say rainbow horse. Okay. So there we go. We have our rainbow horse, our horse of every color instead of a different color. I don't know. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So now that we have our rainbow horse and we have our rainbow themed Dorothy Gale as our pet owner, I think it's time to do the rest of the rainbow pets. And when I say the rest of the rainbow pets, I mean the rest of the pets to make up a rainbow. So if you know anything about the basics of The Sims 4, you probably are aware that without cheats, the max household you can have is a household of 8 members, and that is including animals. So, since if you just break the rainbow down into the very basic of basic colors, there are 6 colors. Technically, there's like 1,000 colors in a rainbow. If you really break it down and are like super technical about it, there's like so many colors in the rainbow, but it breaks down into a basic 6, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Now, obviously, I know there's more colors, so I typically include more colors when I do rainbow themed things, but we only have 6 slots. So it works out well that way. And the only other animals we can make in Create a Sim besides horses are cats and dogs. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're going to do 3 cats and 3 dogs. But I'm not going to do like 3 dogs and then do 3 cats. I think I'm going to do like a dog and a cat, dog and a cat, dog and a cat until we just run out of colors. So I'm thinking we start with a red dog. And then we'll have an orange cat, a yellow dog, a green cat, a blue dog, and then a purple cat. They're all going to have a theme because obviously I'm going with a theme here. Well, they're all themes in my head. I guess they're all relevant. I don't know if they all have reasons behind the type of dog or cat or how I'm going to decorate the dog or the cat. And we'll get into each one of those as we go. But first, we got to start with our red dog. So again, if your childhood was anything like mine, when I say red dog, you probably are thinking what I'm thinking, and that's the big red dog, Clifford. So I want to make a dog, not exactly Clifford, but is a red dog that is big. Oh my god. I was about to say that is big. This is not big at all, but it is so adorable. Oh my god. I don't want to change it, but I have to. Anyways, as I was saying, Clifford was a dog off of PBS during my childhood. I don't know if he's still on PBS. I don't know. I haven't watched PBS in a really long time. I haven't had cable in a really long time. He was known to be the big red dog. So I want to have a dog named Clifford that looks like Clifford. But the trouble is I don't 100% know what breed Clifford was. So they just always called him the big red dog. So I'm specifically looking for a big dog that is in the shape of Clifford. Like, these have the right ears. I mean, we can always adjust. We can also make a custom dog. Oh my god, we gotta stop wearing clothes automatically. But Clifford wasn't exactly like this. I don't think he was supposed to be a specific breed, is the thing. And that's where I'm having trouble. This is kind of right if the fur was different. I'm going to kind of just scan all of them just to really make sure. Ooh. I mean, this is literally like the same dog. I just looked just a different color. But the eyes are a little bit different. He had big eyes. Clifford had big eyes, though. We're going to have to give whatever dog we choose big eyes. We also have this guy. I think he's a little too fluffy, though. I think if we change the fur texture and adjust the face a little bit, we could get a dog that kind of represents. So first is furs. He had very straight hair as a dog. He didn't have. He was floofy. Oh, he was thick, not floofy. I guess this is kind of right, but we want a bigger body. I mean, he was very well fed. He was very well exercised. Make him big. He's supposed to be big. He's known as the big red dog. So, obviously. The head shape is just not right. Like, that's kind of better. Maybe if we, like, widen the nose. I really won't know. Oh, yeah, the ears have to be longer. He had really floppy ears that I was obsessed with. I loved his ears. I actually like those a little bit better. All right, let's widen the neck. And the tail, as far as the tail goes, I really wanted to point down. I think Clifford's tail pointed down. We have to find a dog coat that is the right texture and is one full color. This is one full color. Is it what we want to choose? Yeah, I think all of them are going to have this fluffy texture just because of the fur I chose. So we might as well just go with, like, the very... Oh, the fox. The fox is so cute. If I was doing a dog for the orange, I would totally be doing a fox. But I think probably the best option was just that first option of just the solid color. There we go. Perfect. I was about to say, do we have to go in paint mode? But no. No. We totally got this. And then his nose was full on black. And I think his eyes were also full on black. Yeah. We gotta make big eyes. Oh. Oh, these are cute. But make them bigger. I actually really like these. These aren't exactly, but it's kind of cute. I like it. Also, I want it to bring his neck down a little bit. Because that just looked awkward. Okay, it's not exactly Clifford. But you can tell the resemblance. Maybe let's get a little collar here. Let's see. I don't remember Clifford wearing a collar because obviously he was too big for a collar. I want him to have a collar. I was hoping they would have like a rainbow collar, but that is so not the case, unfortunately. Does this come in rainbow? No, it has spikes on it. Does the bow come in rainbow? No, of course it doesn't. But the bow would be so fitting for Clifford. Wouldn't it? Like, maybe this is Cliff. Maybe this isn't Clifford. This is Cliff. And Cliff wears a bow tie. I mean, you gotta still give him a plain black one, but which is probably more what he would actually wear. But look how cute the bow tie is. I know I overused the bow tie on pets, but let me have it. Let me have it. Because this is not Clifford. This is Cliff. And Cliff wears a bow tie because bow ties are cool. Okay. And I'm also going to change the breed to big red dog. So he is friendly. I will very much give him that. He is friendly. I think he is very playful from what I remember. And I wouldn't call him a troublemaker. And he is slightly stubborn. But he's also really smart because he can talk. And I don't know if he'd be loyal or independent because he is loyal to Emily. But he also has a very independent lifestyle. So I feel like the two conflict. Because if I choose that, I can't choose independent. So maybe we choose smart because he can talk. I know all the dogs in that show can talk. But, I feel like a dog that talks is pretty smart. So this is Cliff. My own version of Clifford the Big Red Dog. All right, so we have Cliff, and now we have to do a cat. And honestly, oh my God, of course, right away we get an orange cat. That is adorable. Okay, this is not exactly the coat I wanted, though. But honestly, for a base, this is perfect. I was going to say, I have an orange cat. So I slightly want to base this orange cat off of my orange cat. I know. I'm probably being a little selfish there. But, I mean, come on. Now, my cat isn't exactly a tiger stripes. I mean, it has, like, light tiger stripes, kind of, but not, like, this much. Let's see what we have. This is kind of more him, but he's more orange. He's not that orange. That. But then change this to that and just add, like, lighter highlights. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Okay, so that's about what the fur on my cat looks like. He does have a long tail, though. He doesn't have a bobtail. He has a long tail. It's not floofy, though. And then I guess, let's see. If we go to coats and pattern, furs. I get the two confused. Oh, no. Maybe, I'm trying to find a tail that's more accurate. And that's more accurate, but I don't feel like his hair is that short. Maybe like this. I feel like his tail is a little bit thinner than that. He's not that floofy right here. I think his tail is more like this, but his fur is more like this. So I'm going to choose the fur. If you don't know my cat, I do post a lot of my cat on Instagram, but he also has his own Instagram. So you can go find him on Instagram. It's Mr. Mally, the non-alley cat. But I also have him tagged on my Instagram if that's easier for you to find because my Instagram's tagged on this page. Let's go ahead and maybe give these ears. I feel like it's pretty close. Maybe a little bit bigger. And then he has green eyes. And Mally has a cute little pink nose. And I want to go with the neutral blush. I don't like the way it looks in the ears, though, is the only problem. But I can't really, control that. And he has long white whiskers. So I'll give him his long white whiskers. Maybe the medium whiskers. I say they're long, but maybe they're medium. And his eyes are slightly smaller. Maybe shrink the actual... I don't want them to cross. There we go. Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and put a little collar. Now, my cat has a Rasta color collar on, but I don't think we have that. So I think I'm just going to choose one of the Rasta colors. I'm thinking red, maybe. We already have the green eyes. I don't know. I feel like the orange is more like yellow than red. So that kind of brings in all the colors because we don't have a Rasta color. So this is going to be Mr. Mally, Sim Non-Alley. Because on his socials, I call him Non-Alley. So he's not like O'Malley the Alley Cat, but he's Mr. Mally the Non-Alley Cat. But this is the Sims version. So we're going to call him Mr. Mally Sims Non-Alley. And he is definitely a he. He is definitely a he. Let's see. My cat, since it's based off of my cat, is a glutton. He is spoiled. And honestly, he is very affectionate. He's very affectionate. He's one of the most loving cats I have ever had. So there we go. We have our orange cat. And now we have to do a yellow dog. And honestly, I think yellow dog, I think golden retriever. Immediately golden retriever. So I think we're just going to look for a golden retriever and make a basic golden retriever. But Oh, God. No, I was trying to look at breeds. I didn't realize you could, like, straight up look up breed coats in the breeds coat category. Okay. All right, golden retriever. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. But we're going to make him, like, super yellow. And I'm thinking just... Okay, maybe not that yellow. We're going to go into paint. We're going to go into paint and find a happy medium. Let's try this. Yeah, I like that. All right, so we got a little yellow golden retriever. Honestly, why do I want to, like, give him a little stencil? Since I'm playing with stencils in this video anyways, I might try playing with them a little bit more. What if we added, like, an accent with just, like, a little pattern so that he just kind of has accents of yellow all over him? Like the bright yellow. It kind of blends together, but it blends together nicely, I think. And then let's go ahead and give him a nose. I don't know what color nose to give a yellow dog, though. Maybe we do this brown with the little pink spot on the end. That's kind of cute. Oh my god, look at those eyes. Oh. And we're going full yellow. Should we go with the yellow eyes? That's kind of scary. No, that's kind of scary. Never mind. Never mind. Let's give him brown eyes. Or we could do blue eyes. That's also scary. Yeah, I think the brown eyes are literally the only eyes that don't scare me on this dog. Okay. That's what we'll do. And honestly, the ears are perfect. I love the ears. Okay, but we can give him a cute little outfit. I haven't given, like, any dog outfits yet. Oh, did they divide the outfits into more categories? I feel like this is more categories than we used to have. I feel like it used to just be collars and outfits. Let's see. What happens if we filter by yellow? What do we get? What do we get? That's not yellow. That is not yellow. And also, this tag won't go away. There we go. Oh, this little sweater's kind of cute. I like the bandana. We could make it a girl dog and put her in this little dress. We also have a banana. Oh, there we have a banana. I don't think I've ever used the banana outfit on a dog. Oh, do I want to do a bandana? Do I want to do a dress? Or do I want to do the banana outfit? Let's go with the banana outfit. That's not all what I imagined for this dog, but this is fine. This is fine. Oh my god, he looks so goofy. He looks so goofy when he does that. Oh my god, you absolutely have to be playful if you're wearing the banana outfit. And honestly, let's see, I want to, like, put clumsy or something because, like, banana peel, I automatically assume with clumsy. I don't like jumpy. I don't like the idea of a jumpy dog. That's not my thing. Maybe he's just active. Maybe he's just super hyper. That screams it. That screams it. But I was going to name this dog Lucky because almost like 70% of the golden retrievers I meet are named Lucky. So I just think that's a classic golden retriever name. But obviously the last name has to be Banana. Because Lucky Banana. So this is a Lucky Banana, everyone. And he is a yellow golden retriever in banana suit. I just had way too much fun with that. Okay. Next, we have to do a cat. So we need to do a green cat. And honestly, this one is the one that I don't have a extreme theme for. I'm just thinking Irish. Green and Irish. So that is kind of the vibes I'm feeling. So I'm thinking let's just randomize a cat until I find one that I like. This is cute. This is going to be the problem. I think all cats are cute. But let's try to find one that doesn't look like the cat I chose for Mally. Let's see. That doesn't look like Mally. This could work. I almost that looks too much like Mally. Oh, the Sphinx cat. I love a Sphinx cat. Oh, no. Hold on, how does that look bad? Because I'm thinking they have these hats. And they come in this, like, Irish leprechaun swatch. Oh, yeah, that looks like a scary leprechaun. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, does the outfit go away Oh, I wanted to like specifically choose I wanted to see a fur. Okay, let's try finding a different breed. Let's see. Can we just randomize the breed without? Okay, good. It leaves the hat on if we do it this way. Oh my gosh, Siamese! Oh, that looks just like my cat John that I had for 17 years. I'm sad now. Okay, moving on. Next one. Oh, there's another Sphinx. Honestly, this one doesn't look as scary. It's a little scary, but not as scary. And the eyes are kind of the right color. I feel like if we're gonna keep getting Sphinx, it's kind of a sign that it's just meant to be. Maybe, do we change the face? Oh, yeah, that doesn't make it, that makes it look not like a Sphinx anymore. But this part's wrong. This part is not right for a Sphinx cat. Like, it's kind of right. It's just it's not long enough. Like, it needs to be more down, if that makes sense. Maybe it's too wide. No, it's not wide enough is the problem. I'm trying to make it, maybe the eyes. Maybe, okay, let's make the eyes, like, smaller. Yeah, that makes it better. It was the eyes. And then the nose, I feel like I could go with black. But then, let's see if I can get a green color. Oh, God. I mean, I said I was going green. Let me go into paint mode. I wish I could see his outfit so I can match the green to the hat. But what if we did a green like this? And then we could, I don't know how to describe that. Like almost like contouring, but just in like the wrinkles. I almost want to do like a darker green. Hold on. Copy this, make it the same. And really in a small brushes. I know this is like kind of pointless. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But if we could just, no. Okay, hold on. We need to very much make that as tiny as possible. See, that's too opaque. It's not see-through enough. It's not soft enough. Soft. That's a good word for it. Soft. Yeah, the stencils on the face actually are kind of the right pattern I was looking for. So maybe we can do like that. Because that kind of highlights the pattern of the Sphinx skin. But I don't want to do like tiger stripes. I just want to do like some. It kind of highlights it. We could do some. I really want to do some on the skin, but I want it to not be quite as noticeable of a color. So really mainly around the neck and like the joints. As you can see when the pattern goes off, there's kind of like wrinkles in this area. I kind of just want to highlight those wrinkles a lot. Like right in here and stuff. How's that look on that side? Oh yeah, I turned off the matching sides. I was like, why is it? Yeah, that's why. Okay, there we go. And kind of highlight right here a little bit. Maybe around the tail. Maybe on the tail. Maybe we do like a little bit of a stripe pattern on the physical tail. Now let's see how that looks when I turn off the stamp. Okay, hold on. Go back to the stamp. And maybe we go even lighter and bigger brush size and just slightly. What does it look like when I do that? Hold on. Yeah, I guess it doesn't look horrible. It's showing more stripes than I want it to, but I kind of like it. Okay. I don't hate that. That is the greenest size we have, right? Yeah, that's the greenest size. What about the whiskers? We have green whiskers we can use. The only part I hate about this outfit is you can't see his little ears. But I know we already gave Cliff a bow tie, but I kind of want to give this little kitty a bow tie too. And honestly, I think it should be yellow. I know its color is green, but we're going with like an Irish leprechaun. And it has like a gold buckle, so I think like the yellow bow helps. You know? And honestly, I kind of want to give it a little sweater. It's like, it's just it's so cold looking. It's so cold looking, and I just feel bad for it. Of course, it doesn't really have a sweater, and like a sweater I would want for this cat. Yeah, I guess the green t-shirt's really the best option because color-wise, it looks the best. Also, I feel like it needs a little bit of muscle on him. He needs a little bit of muscle. And honestly, what does this cat scream? I don't know about clever. Maybe, oh wait, first of all, let's make him, I haven't checked the actual, the actual breeds, genders. Okay. So, did I just make all of them male? I think I just made all of them male. Whoops. Well, maybe we'll leave the horse a female since most of these are males. You know what? Lucky, you get to be female too. You're a female. As the horse is the female, Cliff is a male, Mr. Malley's a male, Lucky's a female, and this cat is a male. Alright. So I was picking out personalities. So I think this cat would be lazy. I think he just wants to lounge around all day. A bit territorial. I mean, that kind of fits in the whole Irish thing. And maybe he's a little aloof. Maybe he just kind of wants to be on his own and independent. I can see that. And since we named our dog Lucky, and this is a very much, I was going to say, we could name him Clover because it goes like Lucky and then like Lucky and Clover and it's kind of Irish themed. But since we're naming him Clover, what if we gave him like almost, I don't want to say a cutie mark because it's not a pony, but a cutie mark? Let's see. Hold on, does it have, it kind of has a clover. That's kind of a clover. It doesn't have an exact clover, but we could make this look like a clover. We could do it like that. And then, honestly, rotate it. Just rotate it. Perfect. That actually makes a really good clover. I like that. Okay, so this, since the other one's Mr. Malley, let's do it, name him Mr. Clover. Especially since I think the game already has a clover in it. But this is Mr. Clover. This is Mr. Clover. So we have that pet, which means our next pet is going to be a dog. And this is going to be our last dog. And you would think with the themes I'm going with here, I would probably go with like Blues from Blue Cruise or something. But honestly, I feel like Dorothy, no matter what version she is in, no matter what universe she is in, she needs a Toto. Even if the Toto is blue. So we are going to do a small dog because all our other dogs are big. And we are going to try to find a breed. I don't know exactly what breed Toto was. This one, the Silky Terrier. But Toto was just like mainly black and with a little bit of brown highlight. Let's see. So I almost want to do blue because obviously it's going to be a blue dog. Even though it's supposed to be based off Toto, it's going to be blue. But then we could do like black accents to kind of bring in the Toto vibes. Yeah, that's the exact face of Toto. I feel like I barely even need to adjust that. I think I just need to adjust the eyes and maybe the ear color. Hold on. Let's see. What if we did a grumpy Toto? A blue grumpy Toto. Okay, hold on. He just looks so unamused. No, I'm sorry. I know that's not accurate to Toto, but I'm leaving it. I kind of like the dark color on it. I've been like trying to, I haven't really done matching eyes. Like all the eyes I've been doing haven't been like matching to the color theme. But I feel like the black eyes just like really bring out the grumpiness. No, I said I was going to do a blue themed Toto. We already had black accents. Let's give him blue eyes. Even though Toto totally has black eyes. And then we'll get a black nose since we're doing that. And why, if I change it to a black nose, why are the ears still? Yeah, it's the nose color that's changing the inside of the ear. That really annoys me that I can't change it. Can I change it? Can I change it? Hold on. I don't think I can change it. Go back to, yeah, there's no color wheel. I want the pet customizations to be so good, but sometimes they're just so not. Okay. But this is going to be our blue Toto. And I know Toto doesn't have a collar on in the movie, but I think he should because he wanders off a lot. So I think I'm just going to give him a plain blue collar. He's just going to have a plain blue collar. I won't give him a sweater or anything. But let's give him accurate traits to Toto, which is not that. But Toto is definitely very of interest. He's very friendly. And honestly, let's see. He's loyal. He's a loyal dog. All right. So I'm thinking, though, Toto's name is obviously Toto. But what if we were, like, named it, like, Tutu? Because two sounds like blue, but it still has the TT, like Toto. It's just Tutu. But we could do it like Tlu. Is that better than Tutu? Because Tutu makes me think of ballerinas. Maybe Tlu. Instead of Toto, it's Tlu. So this is Tlu. I don't know. I feel that's even fancier than Toto. All right. And that's a male, right? Yeah, let's make it a male. All right. So that means our last animal, our purple animal, is going to be a cat. And guys, I feel like if you think of a purple cat, you think of the Cheshire cat, right? Like, that's just the most purple cat, I guess, there is to think of. And this base kind of makes me think of the Cheshire cat. Now, I'm not going to do an exact Cheshire cat because I'm not going to do, exact detailing on it, but we're going to go with the theme. That's kind of the theme here, is to go with the theme of the animal. So this works, and honestly, it has to be a female. I think Cheshire is actually probably a male, but I feel like we don't have enough females in this household. So let's look at the funner patterns at the bottom of the furs and coat. Where's the fun patterns? I know they have fun patterns. Why are they not at the bottom? I thought they would be at the bottom. Okay. But I'm thinking if we can just find basically just a lot of stripes, but not in like a natural stripey way. Yeah, like that. Because we could do the base purple. And then do like, hold on. If we do this, I know this has a lot of pink, but that's like pretty accurate to the Cheshire cat, right? Like, that's pretty spot on. Maybe it's pink and purple. Since it's the last animal and pink comes after purple in the rainbow, when you break it down to more colors, I feel like it would be accurate to have a little bit of pink in there. Honestly, I don't remember the color of the Cheshire cat size. I think they're yellow. Let's do the yellow and green. This is going to be a colorful cat. Even though it's the purple themed cat, it's going to be a colorful cat. And I really want it to have like wide eyes. Can we make them go this? I want them to spread out more. Maybe the head. Oh God. I didn't supposed to be that big. Okay. Maybe we just make the head a little bit smaller then, so the eyes don't look so far in the middle. We gotta do something with the mouth. Like, it doesn't have to be exact, but we gotta do something in the mouth. So first off, let's get some whiskers. And honestly, I want some funky whiskers. I'm thinking the pink. I think the pink is the most fitting. Then I want to go into paint mode to his little face and go with the white. I guess mirror painting is the best way to do this. I want to do somewhat of the smile. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to get my point across. So let's make that a little bit wider in the corners. So something like this maybe. I feel like it goes out more. And then just fill it in. Make it simple. Fill it in. That doesn't look creepy at all. No. Alright. And then I want to make the brush small and black and do... I'm not going to do the exact pattern, but I'll do the gist of it. So it kind of has just like a triangle theme almost. Like I said, I'm not trying to spend a ton of time on this part, so we'll just do it like that. It looks more like it's stitched together than it is like triangle teeth, but close enough, right? We have a Cheshire themed cat, you guys. That was actually less painful than I thought it would be. And honestly, I know I put clothes on all the other ones of them, but I think this one by itself kind of stands out good without an outfit. And honestly, this is kind of fitting because if you didn't know, the origin of me being named ChezPride on the internet is my best friends, like my gay best friends since middle school, in like my freshman year of high school, started calling me Chez because it was like a shortening of Cheshire. And I remind him a lot of the Cheshire Cat, especially since I was very heavily into my furry time. Like, I'm still kind of a furry, but I'm not as much into the fandom now that I'm older. And my whole nickname with him became Chez. So my persona's name was ChezPride, which is where my internet name came from, which is why I ended up using it for YouTube. So the fact I'm making a Cheshire Cat actually is kind of fitting, honestly. All right. The Cheshire Cat is definitely a free spirit. A free spirit. He's definitely mischievous. And I think he's a little playful. Maybe not in the playfulness that this is showing, but playful. Like, in kind of like a trick your mind kind of way. All right. So maybe, oh my God. Do I even know how to spell Cheshire? Well, I don't want to spell this wrong. It actually was spelled exactly how I imagined. I didn't even have to look. Okay. Cheshire Pride Cat is what I'm going to call it. Cheshire Pride Cat. That's good. That's good. All right. So we will, honestly, should we redo the name of the breed? Maybe let's name, this is going to be mean, Crazy Kitty. Crazy Kitty, because, yeah, that's Cheshire Cat. That's the Cheshire Cat. I'll leave the breed on these. But with that, I think we have our Rainbow Dorothy with her rainbow pets. So let me just do a quick overview of this little family we've done here. So we have Dorothy Gale, who is a friend of the world, outgoing, loves the outdoors, is a music lover. This is what she looks like up close in her little rainbow-fied Dorothy Gale outfit. And then we have different color rainbow horse. So this is the horse of every color instead of the horse of a different color. And it is just basically a rainbow-fied horse who is intelligent, brave, and defiant, I guess, against homophobia. Wow, can't speak. Homophobia. And then we have Cliff, our big red dog, who is supposed to be based off of Clifford, but cuter. And he is friendly, he is playful, and he is smart. And then for our orange cat, we have Mr. Mally Sim Non Alley, which is based off of my orange cat in real life. And he is a glutton, spoiled, and affectionate. And then for our yellow dog, we have Lucky Banana. So this is our yellow golden retriever in a banana suit. And she is friendly, playful, and active. And then we have Mr. Clover, our Irish Clover themed Sphinx cat. I can't speak that well today. And he kind of, like I said, has the Irish top hat with the bow tie and a green little sweater and the whole little cutie mark that's shaped like a 4-leaf clover. Adorable. But I also just really like this breed of cat, so I'm probably thinking it's more adorable than you. I am aware. And then for blue, we have Tlu. Why do I have to give these animals such complicated names? But it's basically a blue grumpier version of Toto. And he is adventurous, friendly, and loyal. Did I give I didn't give the traits of the cat. Okay, the Mr. Clover is lazy, territorial, and aloof. And Tlu is adventurous, friendly, and loyal. And then our last cat, of course, is ChezPride cat, which I think for just like a quick Cheshire cat, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And this one is free-spirited, mischievous, and playful. So like I said, I am back making videos. I will be doing a trailer reaction and kind of going over all the news I missed in the last couple of weeks while I've been gone, but I just wanted to do something fun and lighthearted and obviously Pride themed because I want to get as much Pride content as I can before the end of the month since I missed out on basically 2 weeks of Pride and I had all these videos planned. I wish I could do all of them, but I'll save some of them for next year. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this one here, so I hope you liked it. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right, bye!